Shalom, shalom, friends, and welcome back to my channel, Seeds of Love. I am your host, Monica, the Love Ambassador. I hope all of you are having a super, super amazing day. Friends, first of all, let me invite Holy Spirit, all of Him, and zero me. Holy Spirit, have your way. So, friends, I was asking Holy Spirit what He wanted me to come and speak to you all about, for myself and for you all. And He continued to tell me, start from the beginning, start from the beginning. Right? Yesterday, if you guys tuned in, I gave you guys my little mini testimony, how I started seeking and how I was so hungry for Holy Spirit 8 years ago, and how He has transformed my life completely from the pit to the palace, from being a slave to being free, from being an orphan to being His beloved princess, and so forth and so forth. I mean, so much that all I could do is serve Him, love Him, and just express my love by, again, serving Him and loving Him. And that's why I do what I do, right? Some people might think that I'm crazy. Why do I work so much for His kingdom? And they don't understand. I mean, only when you walk in a person's shoes, or when you have your own experience, right, is when you can understand that when your life is so completely transformed, I mean, you have to show it, right? And it's shown by the fruit. And that's exactly what I want to talk to you guys about today. You see, Holy Spirit, when He transforms us, when we start having and developing a relationship with Holy Spirit, He starts transforming our character, right? To look more like Yeshua, like Jesus. And 9 of Jesus' characters are the fruit of the Spirit, which is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, faithfulness, and self-control, right? And the first one that He transforms is love. Why? Because God is love, right? And here I have my notes. You know, I've been journaling for many, many years, and I've been studying for many, many years. This one goes back to 2020. And it says, the Holy Spirit, my best friend and His fruit. You guys see it right there? There you go. And He told me to take this one out today because I have millions of notebooks down there of all my studies that He's been teaching me, because our number one teacher is Holy Spirit. He's so amazing. I love Him. He's my super amazing best friend. And so in Galatians 5:16-25, it says that the most important thing in our life is that we produce fruit. Okay? What Jesus looks for in our life is our fruit. Okay? How many times have we maybe bought, let's say, an orange, and it looks nice and orangey, and we might think it looks amazing, right? And when we open it, it's probably dry or bitter, and we're like, quack, 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 quack. We get so disappointed because we really wanted to have that juicy orange, right? And as an example, that's how we are also in the spiritual realm, right? We can doll ourselves up, put on makeup, you know, cut our hair, put on the most finest clothes. But if our inside is bitter, is rotten, is dry, doesn't have the love of Papa God, we're like that orange that we just could throw away in the garbage, right? We don't even want to eat it. The same way no one would probably want to be around us, because we are that not that nice fruit. In Luke 6:44, it says a tree is known by its fruit, right? So here in my studies here, it says that we must do 2 things, and this is what I want to talk about. It says, number 1, we must learn to cultivate the fruit of the Spirit in our life. And number 2, it says we must protect the fruit of the Spirit in our life. The first thing that the Holy Spirit produces in us is love. So today I want to talk about love. Here's my little love tree. And here's my little seed of love. You see? Little seed of love right there. So when we plant our little seed of love, right? It's just a little tiny, tiny little plant of a little seed we plant. And eventually we should grow like this tree right here, this tree of love, right? But what do we do when we're trying to be love, when we're trying to become love, when we're trying to walk in love, but our surroundings is not love, right? When people are attacking us, when people are nasty to us, when things in our life are just going bitter. For the ones who don't know, I went through breast cancer 3 years ago, and I had to go through 7 surgeries. I had to lose my 2 breasts. It was a very, very rotten, bitter season in my life. However, during all that time, that's when Holy Spirit was teaching me about loving. I never forget one particular moment. I was leaving with my mom out of the hospital, one of my everyday moments. That was my life for a season, just going to appointments, going to hospitals, going to doctors, and it was every single day with drains everywhere, with pain. I could even walk. It was horrific. And I remember that in that time of my life, the majority of people, 99.9%, disappeared, vanished from my life. And I didn't understand why. I didn't understand when I needed people the most, they weren't around. They had vanished from my life. There were people that ignored me, people that just stopped speaking to me totally. And I didn't understand. And I remember one day I was leaving the hospital with my mom from one of my many appointments, and I say, "Mom, I have a problem." And she said, "What?" I said, "I don't like people." She said, "Ooh, that is a problem. Because if you don't love, then there's nothing there." See, it says in the word that if we don't love, if we don't do everything with love, we're like a clinging cymbal. Cling, 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 right? We're doing nothing. We could give away all our riches. We could go and be a volunteer in the homeless shelter every single day. We can give away our whatever. But if we don't do it with love, it means nothing, right? And at that time, I already had a Bible study because I have a women's ministry locally and internationally. And at that time, I was ready. I was still doing my Bible study every week, and regardless, of all the pain that I was going through, and I wasn't liking people. I saw the world. I saw people evil, bad, just very disappointed. And that's when Papa God said, "I want you to go and study all about love," right? Which basically is about Him, because God is love. And I had to go through a season of just studying love, 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 knowing what love meant. And love isn't in a person, isn't found in a person or in things or in places. It's only found in the presence of the Lord. And I started to understand that the only way I was going to heal my heart from this evil world, or from evil people, I must say, was by seeing them and seeing this world through God's eyes. Learning how to love through His eyes. Learning how to hear through His ears. Learning how to do anything through His hands, being guided through His feet, right? Even though my flesh, my pride, or my ego, however you want to call it, kept saying, "Shut down, don't speak to no one, just be in your little bubble world, don't love again, don't trust again." Obviously, that's the enemy wanting to come steal, kill, and destroy. Steal, kill, and destroy what? My peace, my hope, my love for people. And that wasn't the case, because even Yeshua, Jesus Himself, got persecuted. He got killed by the haters, right? And He was perfect, literally perfect, right? And it says that we're going to be also persecuted. We're also going to be hated. We're also going to, just be discouraged by so many Judas that comes to our lives, to come to backstab us, to come to just be plain or rotten fruit. But if we want to be followed, we want to be a followers of, and want to be disciples of Yeshua, we must learn how to be like him, his character. And his main character is love. So it says that Holy Spirit produces in us a love that when people are around us, they feel a supernatural love coming out of us. It's a contagious love. And that's the love that I want to speak about. That's the agape love. That's the love that only Papa God can give us and we can become. Again, it's not us, it's Holy Spirit in us, right? Right now at this moment, I'm getting persecuted by a certain people, and I want to go and just say a couple things to them when my flesh wants to say, why this, why that, if I haven't even done anything to you, if I'm just kind and sweet all the time, why? But Holy Spirit tells me, no, be silent. First of all, I fight your battles. Number 2, I see everything. Number 3, you might say something that's not too loving, and it's going to change and it's going to destroy your character at that moment. So just continue to send them love. How? By blessing them, by praying for them, by keeping my mouth shut when I want to scream and tell them a couple things that my flesh wants to tell them. No, he says. No. Just continue to love. You know why? Because love conquers everything. Love empowers everything. Love opens up the truth. Love is what's going to transform maybe their lives one day, because I was able to continue to love, even though I wasn't getting love from them. And it's not going to be, and if I don't pass that test with these people, guess what? It's going to happen with someone else, and then with someone else, and with someone else. We basically have to become like my anointed oil that I have here, that I put on every single day, and I just rub my anointed oil, right? And guess what? And we know that when I'm putting this love oil, see my little heart right there? It just slips. Whatever comes to me can affect me. Because if God is with me and he is for me, who could be against me? Nobody and nothing. So friends, in conclusion, ask Holy Spirit, your amazing, amazing, super best friend who lives right here in your belly, to help you how to love and to forgive others, this fallen world that seems so cruel and could be so cruel to us. I know how it is, friends. It's happened to me. It's happening right now. It's happened to me when I was going through the most horrific time, my breast cancer. I don't need anybody. I've learned to only need and depend on the Lord, on Yeshua, on Holy Spirit. And because of that, my fruit now is a very nice, juicy fruit that I could go and share with you all. There's a reason why Holy Spirit told me to put on this shirt. It wasn't for, I didn't even know what I was going to talk about, honestly. But he said, put on your love shirt today, because he wanted to express love. So I'm sending you guys so much love. Feel it, receive it, become love. Because love is the most amazing, powerful energy, you want to call it, vibration, whatever you want to call it. Love is God. God is love. And when we walk in love, when we become love, when we speak love, when we hear love, when we see in love, our life is completely transformed, just the way mine was and continues to be. So friends, happy, happy loving, and happy bearing good fruit, the fruit of love. Shalom, shalom. Bye.